Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. I'm using the Crystal Vision Tarot card deck for our message today. I'll choose 3 cards and I'll also read the base of the pack. 2 have just flown out face down, so I'll leave them to the end as they don't want to be seen just yet. So I'm setting the intention, and these readings, these cards read the energy of the day. So I'm asking for a general reading for the highest and greatest good for the collective. I'll choose 3 cards. I'll also read the base of the pack, and I'll also take one from Anastar's pack as well for some extra guidance from the universe. So I'm asking now for some messages. There we have 1, 2, and 3. So we have the 3 of Pentacles that advises us to keep on going. The 3 of Pentacles is when we are on our right path, that we have the support that is required from the universe, that as we put the energy in and we infuse what we do with love, we get the ultimate rewards back, the energy back. So we are being encouraged to carry on our path, and you can see she is there moulding and creating pentacles from the tree. So she is busy at her work there, and there is help there behind her that's in the background. So whatever we are doing, when it is coming from our hearts, we have the power of the divine behind us, helping to create the most beautiful outcomes. And then we have the world. So keep up the hard work. Don't start to dip into any kind of doubt. Stay focused on your path. Stay focused in the middle way, on your own, in your own alignment, not getting caught up in anything that is going on around or the way somebody else might do it. Coming back, this is the world, this is completion. So you're going to go from the 3 of Pentacles right the way through. This is the major card of completion, the world. So keep on your amazing work. Your outcomes are going to be absolutely fantastic and amazing. As you stay in your heart, that's the energy that will come through into everything that you do. So we have the world. But the 3rd card is the 3 of Swords. So this is very much the energy, the undercurrent that I keep speaking of. I feel it, and if we do tap into it, it's going to take us down, and it's going to take us into this grief and this betrayal and this conflict. And you know, we've been through that. We have been the victim in past lives, we've been the perpetrator in past lives. So as we start to really heal from this energy of betrayal, of feeling that grief, having those thoughts that really hurt our hearts and weigh heavy within our hearts, because we've got this beautiful energy pushing through of creation, beautiful creation. This is one of grief and contraction. So we have the world, and if you look at the world we can go either way. This is the world. This is what's happening in the world. We can carry on creating from our hearts for the betterment of ourselves and everyone in our reality, or we can dip into this conflict that's going on. The choice is ours, but ultimately the world is there and it's completion. And as we come from this and we go into completion, and as we come from the Three of Swords also, we come into completion. It's the end of a journey. So no amount of thinking about anything is going to solve anything. It actually blocks us. When we get up and start doing what we love, that's when we bring in this completion. And this is what we're here to do. So meditate during this time, because it's the energy, the lots are going on in the outside world. Meditate, send prayer, send love, but stay in that, on your path of enlightenment, lighting your way, lighting your path, so others can be at peace around you, that you're not going into any kind of conflict. You're holding the light, you're holding the light for everyone around you, and you're carrying on creating and walking your path. And then the base of the pack is the Ten of Swords, and look, she is there face down in the snow with all those swords. That's those thoughts. If we don't start to recognize them and how they're affecting our hearts, this is how we will end up, face down. But tens are completion, like this, the World card. So we'll go so far and then we'll realize the only thing these thoughts are doing are exhausting us, and they don't create good health either. So 10 is the completion of that. So wherever you are on this spectrum, wherever you are in frequency, it's coming to an end. Beautiful creations are coming through your heart. Listen to your heart. Allow your heart to guide you, not your head, your heart. And this is a card that we completely give up then. We surrender everything. We surrender because we don't know. We surrender because we don't want to carry the burden of these heavy thoughts any longer. And then the two cards that flipped over that didn't want to see. One is the Nine of Cups, which is beautiful. It is the cup of wishes, to remind us that we are our own creators. We can only create in our own reality. We can't create for anyone else. We can create for ourselves. And the Nine of Cups is the wish card. So our wishes are coming into fruition. Just keep focused. This is a beautiful time of manifesting. The planets are all conspiring to guide and help us on our path. So this is the moon coming down with that beautiful upgrade. The downloads of divine wisdom that really guide us with the most beautiful and clear intuition, because we know what makes us happy. We absolutely know what makes us happy. So it's to focus on that, to really focus on it, because as we focus on happiness, we release those endorphins within our body that nourish and heal every cell. So we help ourselves and all those 9 cups are full, so we can then help others as well. We can't help when we're face down in the snow with all those swords in our back. We're absolutely helpless. When we come through and choose the path of our heart into that beautiful completion of our wishes coming into reality, our beautiful wishes, our manifestations starting to actually come in, and we are starting to be aware of them, as long as we don't take our gaze away from anything that's going to pull our vibration, our frequency down. And then the other card that flipped over was the Five of Wands. So they're we have the world there, then we have the swords either side, we have the Pentacles and the cups either side, and then we've got conflict. So if things are going right in our lives and then we look outside and we see all the conflict, then we start feeling guilty for having nice thoughts. That guilt is actually feeding this. It's not healthy, it's toxic. When we start to feel that we're being betrayed or people are not seeing the way that we are, and we go into that conflict, you can see those two lions there are going into conflict. They're not in actual battle though. So this is stepping back. Don't step into the frustration. There are so many different realities playing out in this moment in time. Everybody's got a different perception, and it's true for them. So that's fine. You stay what's true for you and come from your heart and feel the joy of your creations. Feel the joy of anchoring your beautiful manifestations into this reality, because they're running parallel. We can go into this or we can go into that and have the world at our feet. And that is not that we are ignoring anyone's suffering. We absolutely are not. We are sending prayer. We are sending light. We are helping anyone who comes into our reality that we can help. But if we are constantly in a place of this, the Five of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Five of Wands, just staying at home, being in that conflict, we are going to dip dramatically into anxiety, into fear, and that feeds whatever's going on in the outside world. When we choose to come as complete parallels and we've got a choice, when we come to actually come into our hearts, go deep into that place of divine essence that's within, that divine source energy that resides at the very core of our being, and allowing it to just flow from us without any interpretation of what our truths are. Just allowing that divine intelligence to go where it is required, because it knows who needs healing. It knows where to go. Our heads, we really are in a dense reality, so that we will have an interpretation and try and guide that healing. When we sit in that complete peace and we connect to the divine source energy within and allow it to just flow through our bodies, it moves at the speed of light, because it's pure light and it will go exactly where it's needed. So instead of going in conflict with your head, going into conflict with your mind and thoughts, which will only cause conflict within your body, you may not even be aware it's happening. The moment we start to go into division or have sides or think somebody's doing something wrong, and then we've gone into complete conflict and we're not even realizing we're doing it. Step back, step into the divine source energy. There are masters, divine ascended masters, who are assisting us and assisting the planet, and they are high vibrational beings that really we will never have the insight that they have in this dense place, because we can't see the whole picture of past lives, of anybody's karma, of anything like that. All we have is all the responsibility that we have is how we choose to emit energy. So when we go into conflict with anyone, if somebody chooses something that hurts us, go within and anoint that wound, because if we then start to punish that person for being different, for choosing something different, for having a different point of view, for not seeing something the way we are seeing it, the only person we go into conflict with is ourselves and our body, because we release a toxin within our body that causes disease. It causes stress, it causes anxiety, it causes anger, and all those emotions are proven not to give us longevity. They come in and create dis-ease within, and the more we carry on with it, the more it comes into the physical. So take a step back, go into nature. We're in at Lent, we're in the season of Lent, so any emotions that are coming up, we've got ample to go at. If any emotions are coming up, go outside and actually surrender them to the divine, because the divine is all-knowing, is love, it's the higher consciousness. And if we have any kind of conflicts going on, we are not in that higher conscious state of mind. We have come into a lower frequency, even though we might not even realize it. Just be very mindful. One little thought, one little belief that goes into conflict with what's going on with somebody else, or what's going on in the outside, however, that starts a process of our body starting to release a chemical of cortisol, adrenaline and other hormones that are alerting our body, our organs, that there's something not right. And so blood comes from the vital organs into our joints for fight, flight or freeze, and nothing's going on. It's all in our body listens to our head. So have good thoughts there. Just let go, really let go of anything that's out of our control. Our opinions mean nothing, because everybody's got a different one. Love, everybody knows love. Everybody, 98% of people on the planet will choose peace, but we may focus on a percentage that doesn't, and then that creates a whole world, a whole body within us of conflict. Come back and sit in peace, realign, come back into your 3 of Pentacles, creating for the good of ourselves and the good of everyone around us, and coming into that completion now, because as we focus on it, we come into completion, and the world is the end of the Fool's journey, it's the end of the tarot card journey, and always brings new opportunities. Let go of all that, create opportunities with love, and that are going to fulfill ourselves and everyone around us. So I'll choose one now from the starts pack, and asking for some guidance. And oh, there we go, extra guidance from the universe. And we are having third eye activations. Lots of this going on. So as we take our gaze, and when we're having third eye activations, this is when we start to see through the lens of forgiveness of whatever is going on is karmic, and having that understanding that we're here to serve our own karma. So if anything's disturbing me in my reality, in this environment, that is where I start. I can't start outside of myself. It has to come from within. So we're receiving these third eye activations. There's so many sights, visions out there that will close our third eye, because when we see them, they create pain within us, they create conflict. So as during this time, especially during this time of Lent, spend time in nature and see the beauty of life, because every time you look at a sacred picture, statue, you go outside and you look into nature, you are coming into alignment with God. You're coming into alignment with the sacredness of creation. You are activating hormones within that actually create health. So again, it's the parallel. We're going down a parallel. So if we are walking down a beautiful driveway and there's palm trees and there's beautiful scenery, but we're looking out for the monsters, we're not looking with our third eye, we are looking with our mental, we are looking through the lens of a lower emotion. When we see the beauty of everything around us, that's how we will ever see, and that's what we will create, because we are not feeding anything else. So we're going through these third eye activations. Stare into a candle. Meditate, empty your mind and stare into a candle. Look into the clouds. See the messages from the clouds. Sit in meditation and visualize beautiful outcomes in all areas of your life. And just doing that, just sit and imagining everything turning out good in our lives, how beautiful that feels, instead of worrying about everything that may go wrong, because we know we have reached a level of consciousness now that we know that we are creating. So third eye activations occur when we start to see the synchronicities. Things just happen by absolute magic. We will start to see signs that guide us in the right direction, that uplift us. This is when the pineal gland is activated, so drinking lots of water, nice cleansed water, even using gem elixir. So use some labradorite. So if you have a glass of water, just place it down and place labradorite around it. So the labradorite, the energy, the vibration of the labradorite is going into the water. The frequency of the labradorite is going into the water, and as you drink it, it activates our third eye. Looking, if you're seeing something that creates a contraction within your body, take your gaze away, look into the light, look into the divine light, look into the light, into the face of Christ, and allow everything to just melt away, because ultimately we have no control over anything that goes on outside of us. The ultimate responsibility is how we are treating our physical body. That is a vehicle for our divine source energy within, being kind to it. So lots of activations going on. You may see light or an eye looking back at you. So take your gaze, your eyes up into your third eye and just sit and meditate, and that activates the third eye. You'll start to see a little light coming in, and that's the lid of the third eye starting to open. And never be fearful either. Nothing can hurt you. It's all divine. So practice on your meditation, practice on using your third eye, and even if you start to see energy around people, the aura, colours, sparkles, you'll start, the veil, as we come into alignment, especially at this time, and we're choosing peace over conflict, and that's not taking sides with anyone, it's just being really kind to ourselves and kind to everybody in that we come into contact with, being kind and holding that light of peace regardless of what is happening in the outside. So yes, third eye activations, wonderful. So the cards are, that's 21, 24, 29, 38, 48, 51, 3. We have the Ascended Masters assisting us at this time. Let go. They are far more equipped to bring light and balance into the planet than we are going into conflict with anyone. Just coming back and taking our place and anchoring light, anchoring this beautiful light that is coming down. That's why things are being shown. This light is coming down, and as we anchor it and focus our intention on anchoring that light, we are helping ourselves and Mother Earth to raise up into the heavenly dimensions. And it's much easier. It's much easier to breathe to peace than go into conflict. It's safer and it's healthier for everyone. So I'm sending so much love. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. And thank you so, so much for listening. Thank you. God bless. Thank you.